out her hand for it, and when he had asked her why, she hadn't answered. So Tom twisted it off a bit anxiously and gave it to her. She coaxed her own ring off, closed her fist around both, kissed her fist, then, as if hurling a shot in shot put, she drew back, raised her hand up and past her right ear, and, with a sob, launched the rings as far as she could out over the lake. The rings' trajectory into the sweet, clean air was high, and as they flew, they parted, arched downward, and dropped into the lake. It received them with hardly any acknowledgement, closing over them with two tiny splashes that were barely visible from the shore. When the rings left Louise's hand, Tom gasped. They were both shocked at what she had done and stood staring. When a pair of swans, paired for life, glided serenely into view, Tom's body sagged beside her. She turned to face him and said quietly, "Now we will always remember the exact moment and place when our marriage ended." Louise had arrived at Clarity an hour earlier. She had persuaded Tom to add 2 days to their business meetings in London so that they could visit the Lake District in northern England. That morning, as they walked a meandering path alongside stone fences and hedgerows choked with foxglove and Queen Anne's lace, then descended to the River Rothay and Lake Windermere, Tom had stumped gloomily and silently in front of her. "He only walks beside me when others are watching," Louise thought. She tried and failed to lift Tom's mood, to enlist him in the pleasure of being in nature, the bird song, a gentle, fragrant breeze, the glinting lake. But it was clear he wasn't happy. Around noon, they came to a clearing, and Louise suggested they stop to eat the lunch the B&B owner had packed for them. They sat quietly until Louise said, "You don't seem to be enjoying yourself." Tom didn't raise his eyes from the ground as he said, "Frankly, I'd rather be golfing." That was the moment when she knew it was over. After 10 years of marriage, playing at marriage, they were done. Really, truly, irretrievably finished. Louise and Tom aren't the couple's real names, of course, but they are real people, and their story is true. Louise is a real person who ended her marriage rather dramatically. What brought her to that moment, that action? Why was Tom's response the very last straw? How had Louise traveled from "I most certainly do" to "I am so done I can't even tell you"? We will revisit Louise and Tom. We'll consider what brought them to that moment. Because while most marriages don't end as dramatically as theirs, many do end. Relationships that began so well will fail. And now we're into the next phase, the divvying up of possessions, deciding who gets the dog, who gets the children on holidays. A chorus line. In 1975, Marvin Hamlish was hired to write the music for A Chorus Line. Set on the bare stage of a Broadway theater, the musical is centered on 17 dancers auditioning for spots on a chorus line. During rehearsals, the first run-through was so bad they called it the Tower.